Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Black Mirror 3. So, we ended last recording with a lot of frustration. I had to go look at the walkthrough. The problem here is we have 15 saves at 30 minutes each, which means we are 7.5 hours into this game. We have been kind of as a style choice, picking up unimportant things or things that at least seem unimportant. The pencil, for instance. The business card really doesn't need to be an item. It could have just been written in the diary and thrown away at some point. The room key, not really important that you need to hold that. We haven't done anything with this. We've used this a couple times. This again, phone number could have been written in the diary, then thrown away. This could have been put in the diary easily. The medicine doesn't seem like it's really something we're ever going to interact with. This note also in the diary. The scalpel makes sense. The pack of cigarettes we haven't done anything with. The Phil's key ring we've used. Ammunition we've used. This valuable necklace we haven't. Letter to Phil again could have been in the diary. Photo of Angelina at the lighthouse could have been in the diary. List of money deposits. There's just a lot of paperwork things that you could have put in the diary to begin with. This could be thrown away at this point. Folders of the folder with negatives and photos. So just a lot of things we haven't used, and for the most part, with the exception of using the lighter on the candle, we have not, in 7.5 hours of gameplay, interacted with any of these items. So we're trying to find some kind of fireworks. Looking at the walkthrough, the firework ingredients are all here, but you kind of would have to have done the thing I said I didn't want to do, which is try every item on every other item. You have to use the pliers on the bullets.
I can use the pliers to get the slug out of the cartridge. That way I'll make the thing harmless and get a charge of gunpowder at the same time.
So, theoretically, somebody may have done that before. Then you have to take the black powder and put it in a small cardboard tube.
I'll fill the cardboard tube with the gunpowder. Just a shame that it always trickles out of the ends.
So we've got a little bit more stuff we gotta do. We're gonna use the cigarettes as a fuse in the cardboard tube. Nope, not yet. Maybe we're gonna use this with this. Ooh, I did not read the instructions far enough to this. So we'll have to look and see what the next bit of step here is. I'm just looking for something that will glow red. I could set something on fire, but I'm not ready for that part. Fairly certain. Alright, so we are gonna have to just try every item. I think. Empty bottle. Scroll through everything. Like, we kind of know what we're doing. Do I have the pliers still?
Plain cigarettes. Tobacco all dry and fallen out. If I lit one up, it would burn right down before I could even have a drag.
This with this? Nope. Oh, let's just see if we can start this on fire.
I can seal the cardboard roll with the wax, so the gunpowder doesn't trickle out.
That was definitely not what I was expecting to use the candle wax for. Okay, well, at least that gets us back on track. But this is a lot of interactions people would not figure out.
Cigarette in one end of the cardboard roll. If you light the cigarette, it'll burn down and make the gunpowder explode. So now I've built my own firework.
Alright, now the question is, do we put it in the pot? Yes, we do.
It's too risky just to lure the workers into the kitchen. I have to get them out of the castle.
And you would think that you need to do a little bit more than just set off a firework. Who are these workers, by the way, that they would even want to be in this castle at night? If I was working on a castle, particularly one known to be evil and cursed, I would have left at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, called it a day. Wouldn't stay around drinking beer. Heck, even if I was going to go drink beer, I don't think I'd do it in the house that I'm working on in front of the people who I'm working for.
The lamp is the perfect place to set off my firework. It's dry, and the construction guys are sure to notice a broken lamp.
There we go.
Okay, I've got about 2 minutes until this explodes.
So we've got about 2 minutes, it says. It's been, what, 8 seconds? I'm gonna really just have to wait 2 minutes. He's moving and animated differently. Sneaking around.
So, it's time. After all, I want to be in the front row when the show begins.
That was an incredibly frustrating puzzle because of the fact that we haven't done anything like that before that. Yes, sounded like a gunshot, so you're running towards it.
Damn, why aren't they going out?
Might have been a firework. I saw one of them spotty kids messing around on the wall again recently.
Have you seen what they've done to our scaffolding?
No. I've been on the facade since last week.
They've covered it in paint. Go and have a look. It's like a hippie ladder.
Little sods. Why are they hanging around here, not in school? What's that about?
Steve,
Good question.
I've got an idea.
What kind of idea, Greg?
Why isn't there a school in this area?
Stick their fireworks up their spotty bums and fly under the moon.
Yeah, why not?
Blast. I hope they don't actually catch up with those poor kids. Could turn ugly.
The creepy portraits are missing. I'm not in control. If I was in control, I guess I could open the spiral staircase. If I remembered how to do it. Which I don't. It doesn't look like there's anything here at all. And so, I imagine if I was just to click...
time to waste.
If I was going to click on any of these doors, it's just going to say that.
Victoria's room wasn't so far back.
Yeah. So sneaking in. And of course, decent chance that
What's all that noise?
she'll be
Greg.
dead.
Steve, was that you? Hey, Greg! Steve! What the heck is going on here?
She's disappearing into the hall. Now full speed to Victoria.
Is it going to give me control again, or is she just going to run? This is his full speed. That's a joke. Accurate joke there. Alright. Show the photos of Angelina at the lighthouse to Victoria. Can't do it. Talk to Victoria. She's probably gonna die. I'm gonna get blamed for killing her. Maybe I do kill her.
Victoria? Please wake up, Victoria.
What? Who? Adrian? What are you doing here? I told you, I don't want to see you again.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to you. I can prove I'm innocent.
So show the Angelina photo.
You can see Angelina here on this photo, Victoria, killing Miss Valley. Here, look at it.
Angelina? But why? I don't understand.
Angelina also gave the order to set the castle on fire. And she killed Sally, Catherine, and Lewis, all just because of Mordred's curse. She needed my blood, because only male Gordons are capable of activating Mordred's power. You knew about that, Victoria. Please don't tell me you didn't know.
But she was my little Angelina. How could she do something like that?
I was hoping you could tell me that.
And then talk about the Order, who seem to have not played any role in this game.
It's that order that followed me.
Miss Valley's order? A bunch of bunglers. They wanted to prevent something like what happened 12 years ago from happening again. But they've got no idea what they're fighting against. Most of them see it as an amusing diversion from their lives. Acting mysteriously and having secret meetings in silly frocks. Miss Valley was the only one who really knew what it was about. The original order has existed for hundreds of years. It keeps the secrets hidden. However, we supported Miss Valley financially. It was, after all, in our interest that you, Adrian, did not return to Black Mirror.
I see.
We kind of knew all that. Now I'm going to ask about the White Lady, which I don't really even see a good reason why that's the case. Although maybe this is the White Lady in the painting.
I saw something strange there, and I don't know who else I could ask about it. This White Lady, exactly the one in this painting, or very similar, I don't know. Either way, I saw her in the woods. She was running around like a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, was it?
A white lady in the woods? Are you sure?
So it really was a ghost. Oh my god, I really am going crazy.
No. Calm down, Adrian. Everything's fine. Perhaps better than I dared to hope. Tell me more about the lady. What did she look like? What did she have on?
I didn't see her all that well. She had long white hair, she had a long dress on with a belt.
Wonder how long this is gonna go.
The woman you saw is Maria Gordon, Mordred's wife. She can find no peace. Not for centuries. She wanders the woods of Black Mirror because she's searching for her child. Her child and Mordred's. I've seen her too.
You've seen her too? Then she really does exist.
We're in Black Mirror Castle, Adrian. Which reality are you talking about?
So, Maria's child, the curse, and the Gordons. We need all of this backstory, and then I bet she's gonna die, and that'll be the end of the act.
What happened to the child?
All right, what I'm about to tell you has never left these walls.
Could you turn the beeping off?
It would be good if it stayed that way. It's perhaps the oldest of our family stories, and also the most dreadful. You want to know what happened to the child? That's what Maria asks herself to this day. All we know is that Mordred took it away because he thought it wasn't his biological child. He thought Maria cheated on him with his brother, Marcus, and wanted to make her pay for that. What he did to the child remains a mystery until today. It was never seen again.
So Mordred's wife was unfaithful, and because of that he cursed everyone?
No, Maria wasn't unfaithful to Mordred. It was his hate that made him think something like that. Hate and jealousy towards his brother, even though the two of them fought many battles together, side by side.
It's
But
just
that
gonna
was
keep on
before
going.
They came to Black Mirror. Something here changed Mordred, contaminated his heart. He mistrusted everyone. His soldiers, his wife, his brother, became more and more withdrawn, became arrogant. Finally, he looked at his own child and didn't recognize it. Thought he could see similarities with his brother in his face. He wanted to kill it, but no one knows if he did. One thing's for sure. He snatched it from Maria and took it into the catacombs under the castle. In her desperation, Maria called for Marcus, begged him for help. For Mordred, this was further evidence to support his suspicion. Marcus came, challenged Mordred to a duel, and killed him.
At least we know why they dueled.
Find the child, no matter how he searched. It was as though he'd disappeared.
So it'd be weird if we get into like a time loop and the child appears now. But that would help this series if they wanted to continue to move it forward. Because I doubt Adrian, like, his #1 stop should be to get a vasectomy and never have children and end this line. There's so many instances here where it seems like, just get away from this land. This land is cursed. Move all the male people out of the Black Mirror Castle to a different castle or a different area.
What kind of curse is it?
Before Mordred died, he put a curse on Marcus's male descendants. They were to complete his work. One day a golden devoted to evil would be born, who would bring Mordred back to the realm of the living.
And Angelina wanted to have his power. But why, if only the male Gordons were cursed?
Because your twins, the curse, must have somehow got mixed up.
How's that?
That's weird.
I'm sorry.
Magic doesn't work perfectly because of
just an assumption.
science or biology. Like, that's a weird way to go.
What?
Adrian, we've no time to lose. You're the last Gordon of the Marcus lineage. The castle should belong to you. Give me some paper and a pen. There, in the drawer. I must confirm your true identity. Otherwise, no one will know that you're the lawful heir. I can feel my strength waning, Adrian. My life's coming to an end.
No, Victoria, please. I need you. I won't know what to do without you.
You'd be better off not inheriting any of this. While it may be a decent amount of money, you'd lose. You know, any family heirloom might be cursed. The land is clearly cursed. The castle's clearly cursed. So yeah, next act, we're gonna be free to wander around here.
Position. We were very thorough when it came to you. He even had you a death certificate drawn up.
Let me guess. Dr. Herman did that.
We made a mistake. Forgive me, Adrian.
It's all right. You only wanted to protect me. But it might.
Whatever she wrote probably is not enough evidence.
then I might not have walked into Angelina's trap.
It would have been better for them to write it to say, pull out this folder, there's evidence of your true birth, all the evidence you'll need, instead of saying, give me a blank piece of paper and let me scribble a few lines. Now we're going to ask about the ritual chamber, which I don't think really matters too much, nor do I think she's going to know too much about.
What can you tell me about the ritual chamber?
I've never been there myself. But apparently Mordred's power is strongest there. That place is not of this world. It's in the Shade World.
I think me and Angelina, we heard Mordred when we were there.
What exactly happened in the ritual chamber?
Well, I completed all of the tasks. Spilt my blood on the relief.
And did you speak the words?
I think so.
Oh God, Adrian, then the ritual's complete. You've laid open the way for Mordred.
Then where is he?
What do you mean? Am I cursed now?
Worse, Adrian.
You're always
Worse.
cursed.
Mordred's spirit is now in you. Adrian, in you. Oh my God, Adrian, what have you done?
Alright, so the spirit's in you, kill yourself.
Is inside me? Oh, hell, that's exactly what I feared.
Stay calm. Let's stay calm and think. How do you feel? Is anything different?
Well, gee, I keep having visions and wanting to kill people.
Yes, there are these visions. They feel quite real.
Honestly, this should just have all been a
Violent,
cutscene.
but maybe they aren't anymore. I wanted to go for Murray's throat earlier. That definitely wasn't a vision.
When did you see the White Lady last?
Just now, in front of the castle.
Then you haven't yet done evil. Your heart is still pure. You're strong, Adrian. You've managed to resist.
She called you a wimp
And
last time
must
you talked to her.
continue to do so. Resist Mordred for as long as you can. He will get stronger and stronger, and you will get weaker. He wants to control you. At some point, he will take control of you.
How can I prevent Mordred from controlling me?
More
There
talking.
are only two ways to banish him. Mordred's vessel must be destroyed. You know what I mean by that.
I guess you mean the Samuel variety? A little jump from the tower, directly onto a pointy iron fence. Sounds tempting.
It's certainly the easier option.
Really? What would the difficult one be then?
Sex
You
change.
have to go back
I'm going for sex
to where
change.
everything began.
To the ritual chamber? But it's buried.
Where
Nope, I was
everything
wrong.
began.
But do you mean where Mordred uttered the curse?
It's all written in the book.
In which book?
So I have to read a book now, after all this dialogue.
So tired, Adrian. I can't go on.
No, please don't close your eyes now, Victoria. Stay awake, please. Just tell me what book you're talking about. A chronicle or the Bible?
The book. Please read it. In the room.
Which room?
Under the ground. The 6 menhirs will point you to the entrance.
Which menhirs?
The path begins there. The path. You have to follow to the end. To the very end.
I've already
Do you
found
mean
3
the
of the
big stones
menhirs.
around the castle?
Start there. Search at the menhirs. Adrian, promise me.
Yes, I'll do it.
Promise
See, this feels like this should have been the first 5 minutes of this game, not 7.5 hours plus into it.
Victoria.
Like, at least now we have somebody who told us directly what we're supposed to do, what our direct goal is. We know what we're doing.
What are you doing here? How did you get? She's dying. Do something. Quick.
Leave now.
Act 3 out of hopefully 3 acts, but I suspect is actually 4 or 5. With maybe even a prologue. Or some... Wouldn't be a prologue, it would be something else.
Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer.
Is this a baby pram in the lower right corner in front of the column?
Dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and trouble.
So everything is so zoomed out, you can't even really see
faith,
who's who.
Hope and love.
And it feels like they're gonna really make us sit through an entire funeral.
Said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the
It
greatest
seems like the guy in the
of
lower
these is
right corner is probably
now,
the
as
detective.
we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind.
But I have no idea who's in the pews. The gravedigger was one of them.
Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You
Is this
are
gonna be
Lady
more
Victoria's
conversation?
only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian, and say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
So that improves your station,
My condolences, Adrian.
but it doesn't
Thanks,
seem like
Doc.
it
How are you?
Well,
exonerates
this
you.
is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
So the
See
game
you
is
then,
saying,
Adrian.
come back at 3 o'clock.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave, who you'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned down castle that I'm duty bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I can no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms.
So yeah, that didn't really surprise me as far as the way things went there. Yeah, so Photo of Angelina's down. Now we're just gonna deal with the curse and Lord of the Manor as a new quest. So we've got a whole new chapter, and I think at this point everything else has been done. These are not checked through, but I kind of feel like maybe there was a reason for that, but maybe not. Maybe what would have happened had I not asked so many questions, all of these dashes would have taken up only one page. That might have been the case. Yeah, everything else is scribbled through now, though, so we can just click that to get back to this point for convenience sake. We have any items missing? Yeah, there's a couple of new things. We have a bunch of keys and the notary's business card just magically in our inventory, and we lost several bits of paper that didn't really matter. And since it's a new chapter, we're just gonna be expected, I think, to wander around at least Black Mirror's estate, probably a lot of the rest of the area too. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to wander basically everywhere again for a third time. It seems a pretty obvious strategy that this game is built on wasting your time and making you go to the same location multiple times. And that's not inherently something that has to be done in a usual point-and-click adventure game. You can usually solve a point-and-click adventure game by being at a scene once, maybe twice throughout the game. Here, being at the church, you would have had to been at the church at least 3 or 4 times already. I bet there will be at least 3 or 4 more times you have to be at the church. Being at the city, you are going to have to go to the city at least 12 separate times, in my opinion. It makes this game a weird, almost walking simulator, except for it doesn't have what you usually would get in the walking simulator, which is good graphics or maybe good audio. Instead, it's just you have to do it because the game says you have to do it, and the game is just kind of forcing you into wasting time and not really giving you any entertainment for the exchange. Anyways, it's been another 30 minutes. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on a myriad of social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me, there's links to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.